Hello, light workers. It's a little late. Guess you know I wasn't going to show up. I thought maybe I wasn't going to show up, but it's the end of the day, and I wanted to touch bases with you and give you some inspiration and encouragement for the beginning of the weekend. So it is your Oya Transformation daily oracle reading for October the 30th as we walk into a full Taurus moon on Halloween. Well, how good could that be? Hmm. Okay, the cards have been divine, and the messages are as follows. The first card, which I like to call the theme for the day, was or is sensitivity. And sensitivity is a 15 in this deck, which reduces to a 6 that speaks to fantasy. It also speaks to imagination and original ideas. Now, what this card is saying is that we need to pay attention to our hearts. We need to be open to sensitivity. We need to be in tune with the things that we're feeling. Oftentimes, we're in tune to the highs and the lows, but all those things in between are usually segues to one or another of those energies. And if I spend more time outside of my meditation, understanding just what kind of energies are fueling me for today, I also have an obligation to take the time as well to hone in whatever that thing is that I don't want to have more of. Why? Because I know what comes with that, more of it. And so, what they're asking us here says if I am very clear about what I'm feeling on any given time, I can also recognize if it's not love, it's not joy, it's not enthusiasm, it's not um, just an overall feeling of well being. I may be walking into some areas of fear. And with that said, instead of let that continue to grow and rumble and fester in my soul, I need to do some corrective measures to get myself out of that before I get any deeper into it. So the cards that support this thought of being clear about where our sensitivities are lying at any given moment is from the Sacred Traveler book, the Sacred Traveler deck, and it is Embracing Enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. So, I think a lot of times when we're joyous, we kind of turn our joy down because everybody else might not be feeling the same way. And you may have some sense of guilt of being happy when the people around you don't seem to share that same sentiment. But what they're saying here is find time to smell the daisies. Find time to take a moment and giggle. Find time to find something to read, watch, a silly song to sing, something that uplifts your spirits. Because we just said sensitivities run the gamut. But when we know there are two trains running all the time, one that would lead us to greater love, and one that leads us to greater fear, what I want to do is put all my investments on that love train. So when I'm feeling myself shifting out of anything short of enthusiasm, it's time to take a moment You can journal or whatever it is that you do so you can be clear as to what's pulling you there. But take a moment and find a way to shift from there back to where you want to be, back to the place where you know the things that you want and you're moving toward them, opposed to letting the fear take you away from them. The next card in this reading is you just can't plan this stuff. It's open heart. It's open heart. That's what we're talking about. Open heart is a 35, reduces to 8. That speaks to balance and material transformation and the unconscious mind. And what it says is that there are 3 kinds of people: those who create, those who destroy, and those who trust, who can also be creators and destroyers. But if primarily you trust that the divine is always sending good things to you, what will be created around you will be a thing of beauty. Now, there are many places we may go in the interim. Don't get stuck there. Continue to know and trust within the unknown places that Spirit is working it out. It also says that the light of love is truly the only choice. I think we said that. So, as we're embracing our enthusiasm, as we are honing in and staying in touch with what it is exactly that we're feeling, we can find a place to manage to feel more of what we want to feel and less of what does not help us to get from here to where you want to be. And the final card in this reading is I could see peace. This is from the Daily Miracles. I could see peace instead of this. And it's got dandelions, the little ones we used to blow as kids while we rolled around in the grass. That's the playfulness, the energy of playfulness, because at some point you recognize that. At some point you could look at a field of grass and still today and see these little dandelion blow wishes or whatever you want to call them, and still feel an inner connection to a lighter place, an inner connection to an easier time. And it's only us that deny ourselves that. So stop doing it. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. So I want to say happy end to a happy Friday. Hope you made the best of it. Time is shifting on Sunday. Not to forget, we're going to fall back, which means we lose a day, lose an hour of daylight. And whatever is going on weather-wise is cooling, getting cooler. Bring your plants in if you haven't already. It's supposed to be a frost warning for tomorrow. And get your snuggly pajamas out, maybe a little firewood, and begin to enjoy the shift as we move into a cooler period of hibernation for some, meditative energy, rest for others. Continue to be still and know. Thank you for listening. And as always, namaste. Be well.